Hey Roach Army, welcome back. And yes, it's finally here. I'm going to show you how to make a fireworks show in Fireworks Playground. And at the end of the video I'll be making a little mini show as well. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, let's get into the video. First, I need to tell you the harsh reality. One of the main things about making a fireworks show is knowing how long each one of the firework takes to finish. Without this, you can't really make an amazing show. The firing tablet can be useful, but you are only limited to 10 channels. And those 10 channels may finish quickly depending on what you want your show to look like. And for me, I usually do over 60 channels, sometimes even more. So I normally fuse my whole show just using the fuse wire. But anyways, let me teach you how to find out how long a firework takes to finish. This is by far the main thing you need to learn so you can get started. First, get the fuse wire or the remote. I recommend the fuse wire so you don't accidentally light off fireworks. Anyways, next, equip the firework that you want to learn the duration of, and then choose any other random firework. Let's learn how long the 120x Rainbow Chaos takes to finish. I actually already know this, but I want to show you this process. And by the way, 1 second is equal to 1000 milliseconds fuse time, and 6 seconds is 6000 milliseconds fuse time. So 40 seconds would be 40,000 milliseconds fuse time. Alright, back to the process. Alright, so learning the duration of a firework is actually pretty simple, but it takes time. First, I will place down the 120x Rainbow Chaos and fuse it at about 50 milliseconds or less. It really don't matter. What matters is what you fuse the next firework at. You need to fuse the next firework at whatever you think the first firework's duration is. For example, maybe this 120x Rainbow Chaos takes 20 seconds to finish. So that's 20,000 milliseconds. So let's fuse this next firework at 20,000 milliseconds. Next, all you need to do is light them, and keep an eye on that second firework, and see when it goes off. Pay attention to if it goes off too soon, or too late. Your main goal is to get it to go off as soon as the first firework is done. As you can see, it went off way too early. So that means the Rainbow Chaos is more than 20 seconds long. So let's try 27 seconds instead. And as you should know, that's 27,000 milliseconds. Alright, let's start over. 50 milliseconds on the Rainbow Chaos, and then 27,000 milliseconds on the next firework. Now let's light it and see. Okay, that was very close. So I think the duration is around 26 seconds. Let's try it and see. Once again, 50 milliseconds on the Rainbow Chaos, and then 26,000 milliseconds on the next firework. Now let's light it. Alright, that was perfect. So now we know that the 120x Rainbow Chaos takes around 26 seconds, aka 26,000 milliseconds to finish. But anyways, that's the trick. You can use this method to know the duration of basically all the fireworks. Just remember to take notes so you don't forget. And there you have it. That's the main thing you need to know on how to make a fireworks show. But let's dig deeper. Let's say we want a bunch of these rockets to go off right after the Rainbow Chaos. Well, once again, let's start off by fusing the rainbow at 50 milliseconds. And then fuse the first rocket at 26,000 milliseconds. But wait, now you need to change your fuse timing to maybe 100 milliseconds, or whichever rapid fire you want the rockets to be. You only need one rocket to have the 26,000 milliseconds delay. Anyways, let's choose 250 milliseconds on the rest of the rockets. I like using it as a rapid fire sometimes. Now let's light it. And there we go. It worked. Now I'm going to make a mini show and I will actually show myself fusing the entire show before lighting it. Here are the fireworks I'm going to use. And remember, I already know the duration of these fireworks. So here I am setting it up right now. This show is pretty easy and simple, so it won't take that long. Try to take your time when making a show, because one fuse mistake can mess up the entire thing and then you might need to start all over again. I like to listen to some music while making my shows. Let's do a little time lapse. Alright, cool, it's done. First we start off with the rainbow chaos, followed by a lot of these rockets, and then into these colorful smoke cakes, and finally into a green shower shell finale. Let's light it and see how it turned out. Alright, perfect. It turned out pretty well. Anyways, I want to show you a little trick to make your shows even better. This trick is to do with rotating your fireworks. Let me show you what I mean. So if you place down two fan cakes together like this, here is what it looks like. But if you place one fan cake down and then press the R key twice to rotate it, they will now be facing away from each other. And now when you light it, this is what it looks like. Much better. So you can use rotation to create some cool effect in your shows, and that's pretty much everything. Once again, the main thing is using the method I showed you to get the correct duration of whichever firework you want. Take notes and plan out your shows. Be creative. You can make basically any show you can think of. Let me end it off by making a small little cool pattern. Let's begin. So for this one I'm going to use some blue and red fan slices, with some blue and red mortar tubes. And for the finale I added some big red and blue shells. These type of fusing takes longer, and the end result is cool but it don't last long. But putting in the extra work for a nice cool pattern effect in your show can be really worth it. You can slow the video down and see the way I'm fusing and placing. Sometimes I like to go from right to left to create a zigzag effect. It's all about being creative in your own way. Or maybe you can look at fireworks shows online and try to remake it on Fireworks Playground. Alright, this short pattern effect is done. Let's light it and see how it looks. Alright, that was pretty cool. But anyways, that's all for this video. Making a fireworks show takes time, but it's really worth it in the end. I hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one. Bye.